CATIA V5, this will be an overview regarding extract triangles feature. So this is within the editing toolbar. If you haven't seen the other videos, I started with component selection and I created a single video for each of those. Afterwards, I went to creation and we are currently over here for editing extract triangles. If I will press Shift F1, we're gonna take a look at extract triangles. We're gonna see that this will be, let's say, similar to deleting, but it will just copy those and extract into a new polygonal mesh. So we are still required to do a selection on the mesh, and afterwards the extract triangle will extract those. I have over here a mesh that I created on the 3D scan palm over here. So I will go with curve select, I will select the curve, hold down Control, select the mesh. This should give us those selection. And if you're gonna check the tree over here, we see the STL, the 3D scan, and the mesh curve created over there. And if I will click on extract triangles, let's take a look at exactly what will happen. So visually within the viewport, we don't see any changes. But if I will hide the initial STL, we're gonna see that the mesh that was defined within this curve mesh will be isolated and will be named polymesh1. So keep that in mind. And now if I will have all those two visibles set to visible, we're gonna see that we don't see exactly where the mesh has been cut, since those triangles have been perfectly extracted. But one of the downsides is that we no longer have the initial mesh. So keep in mind that if you are working with triangle extraction, I highly recommend that you will initially copy the mesh once again. So let me undo until that poly mesh is no longer over there. Since you usually import a mesh within Shape Sculptor or Digital Shape Editor, maybe you also center the model, since the reference, in some cases, depending on the 3D scanning solution, will have the reference differently aligned. Therefore, after you position your mesh accordingly, I highly recommend that you will copy this. So copy and paste. And afterwards, you can hide the original mesh and you can work on the second one. Therefore, if you do some editing, because all of the tools over here within the editing toolbar are destructive. So that means you're no longer going to have the possibility to go back. You can press Ctrl-Z several times, but they will not be listed as individual features over here. For example, like with parametric design, you do an extrusion, you do a pocket, you do a revolve, you can go back and change those. Over here, all of those will be, let's say, lost. Therefore, for example, I have this hand and I want to extract maybe the nail over here, and I will choose to define a paint curve and I will trace that. So let's just roughly trace it. At the end, I will hold down Control and that will close the loop. And now with the selection, I will go over here for curve select. I will select the curve, hold down Control, select that inner surface of the nail. And afterwards, I have the possibility to do that extract triangle. And we're gonna see that mesh position over here differently. And we can also change the color if we want to for that. So keep that also in mind. Depending on how you will organize your scene, it is highly recommended that you also use colors for meshes. But overall, it's a good idea to have that copied, so the initial mesh. If, for example, I will do another, let's say, for example, brush select over here, which will be this one. Even though now I currently have that selected, if I will press Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V over here for the hand, this will not copy only the selection, will copy the whole mesh. So let's see how that will work. So I will go over here and I say that copy, and as we can see, everything will be selected if I try to copy, and if I try to paste, again everything will be selected, minus that finger nail, since that has already been extracted previously. So again, this is why it's important to always keep the original over here. Okay, so I hope that you find this video useful. For example, now we have that not present over there. If you want to see this, you can just define this as a work object and that will also appear. So I just wanted to state that because maybe some of you will not know exactly why that happened. That is because the hand I copied over here and pasted within, let's say, the chronologic order, this extraction was only done after. So this was the hand I copied over here, and CATIA kept this within the, let's say, work object. And therefore I need to go over here and activate all the features. So that's the, let's say, the chronologic order of features. Okay, so I hope you find this video useful. I will position a similar video over here to the left. I will add the playlist. So there are over 130 videos regarding CATIA V5 tips and tricks over there, and also subscribe button. So that's it. Thanks for watching.